Alrighty. Hi, everybody. It's time for the word for you today. And today is, believe it or not, Friday, January 17th. We're already halfway through the month of January. Unbelievable. Where does time go with this? But anyways, I came across this funny comic strip a while back, and obviously this is about parenting, and parenting has changed a little bit in today's world. But the comic strip shows a son being escorted home by a police officer, and the father has this look of horror on his face, and the son, little boy says to him, "Remember, you don't believe in spanking." Things have changed in today's world, haven't they? Matter of fact, the Houston Police Department put out a leaflet on parenting years ago, and it was guaranteed to be 99% effective. And the leaflet was called How to Ruin Your Child. And they gave 5 simple keys to ruining children. Number 1, they say, beginning at infancy, give the child everything he wants. Number 2, when he picks up bad words, laugh at him. Number 3, never give him any spiritual training. Let him wait until he's 21 years old and let him decide for himself. Number 4, step number 4, they say, avoid using the word wrong. It may cause him to develop a guilt complex. And then number 5, pick up everything he leaves lying around, so he will become experienced at throwing responsibility at everybody else. This isn't from me. This is from the Houston Police Department. And I think what the Houston Police Department has discovered is that a child's future is very much dependent upon the discipline and training they receive from their parents. See, this is exactly what we're going to read about and discuss here in a few minutes. But even the book of Proverbs tells us that if you train up a child in the way which he should go, when he is old, he will not depart from it. And then our verse that we're looking at today comes from Ephesians chapter 6, verse 4, which tells us, fathers, do not provoke your children to anger, but bring them up in the discipline and the instruction of the Lord. You see, parenting isn't just a privilege, but it's also a challenge, isn't it? Somebody once said this, before I got married, I had 6 theories on raising kids. Now I have 6 kids and no theories. I can relate to that. So the stakes are high when it comes to parenting. Answers aren't always easy. Even James Dobson himself, he wrote a book that he entitled the book, Parenting Isn't for Cowards. And boy, was he ever right. But the problem with being a parent is that by the time we finally have it figured out, all of our kids are grown and we're out of a job. So remember, parenting is tough, but parenting is also rewarding. It's challenging as we learn to love, discipline, and guide our children as they become independent adults, and eventually, hopefully, someday they'll become parents themselves. But the word here in this passage, it says, bring them up. It literally means to nourish them. The idea is about providing physical needs in the word nourish, but this is much more than that. This is about raising a child to maturity by providing not just physical, but also the emotional and needs of the spirit, okay? So as kids grow into teenagers, nourishing takes on a different form. It involves being available to those moments that come open for us to be able to talk to them as a parent. It involves becoming a student of their personalities so that you know their emotional needs and what their spirits are craving from you. One parent said it this way. She was questioned what she wished she could do different. And she says she wishes that there were 3 things that she could have changed as she parented. She said these words, I wish I had left the dishes and cleaning to read stories, play, and spend time with my children. I wish that I had listened with all of my attention. And I wish that I'd been home more. So when we ask, what does it take to help nourish our kids? It means giving them the priority that they deserve in their lives. It's a call to do more than just chauffeur them around, to drop them off at a soccer practice or gymnastics or just to cook dinner. We have an obligation to get to know them and experience them on their soul level, to nourish the spirits of them at their deepest levels. One parent said it this way. She said, be there for your kids. Be involved as much as you can in their lives. And then the verse talks about discipline and instruction. That means having the intent of forming proper habits of behavior, of providing guidance for responsible living, of rearing and guiding a child towards maturity. It's a term signifying whatever parents or teachers do to train, to correct, to cultivate, and educate our children in order to help them become and develop in maturity as they ought. Maturity is the goal in this very thing. There's a story about this father and son. It's many years ago when it's all they had to heat their houses was the fireplace, and the dad turned to the son. He said, "Son, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to go out and get some wood and bring it in and put it on the fireplace." And the son said, "No, Dad, I'm not doing that. You always want me to go out and get the wood and put it on the fireplace. I don't want to do it anymore. I'm tired of doing that." He said, "No, son, I'm just asking you. I want you to go out, get the wood, bring it back in, put it on the fireplace." And the son said, "Dad, I'm not going to do it." And the dad said, "Son, if you're not going to do it, if you're not going to obey, you're not going to learn to grow in that area, then you can't stay here." And the son says, "You're serious?" And dad says, "I'm serious. You've got to learn to obedience, how to obey." And he said, "Then fine, then I'll move out." And he did. He got his stuff. He moved out. Well, a year or so later, there's a knock at the door. The dad answers the door. It's the son. He says, "Son, it's good seeing you. And come inside." The son comes in, and the son says, "Dad, I'm back. I want to come back and live at home. And do you still have my room?" And Dad says, "Yep, your room's just the way you left it. We still have it for you. We've been waiting, hoping you'd come back." And the son says, "Well, thank you, Dad. I appreciate that." And the son gets his stuff to go towards his room. And his dad says, "Oh, hey, before you go to your room, would you do me a favor? Would you go get some firewood, put it on the fireplace?" You see, that training, learning, it doesn't quit. We're always trying to help them become what they need to be in their life of maturity. Some of the greatest gifts that we give our kids are our time and Jesus. And we need to make sure that we give a lot of both of those to them regularly. All righty. I hope you have a great day.